What's up, everyone? Doyler here, and I'm back for a shorter analysis and value analysis for the Thanksgiving event. I just wanted to break the event down for you guys before the week is over, cover my thoughts on the event in general, as well as some brief value analysis, at least on the growth plan. So, first of all, we've got the Thanksgiving feast. There's two pieces to this, the Autumn Picnic and the Thanksgiving Turkey. So, the Autumn Picnic involves collecting cornucopias, turning them in, and getting various rewards. Each cornucopia also contains 1 to 5 relics, which is pretty nice. So 5 cornucopias, you get 5 extra imps dice. 10, you get a copy of Flora and the Flora skin, which is pretty cool. Crit, attack, HP, and some super creepy demon eyes. 15 gets you 10 cores of Transcendence. 20 gets you an artifact selection chest, which is pretty sweet. 25 gets you a 10-star puppet, and 30 gets you 25 cores. So, the levels that you can reach, the way you earn these cornucopias, first of all, is from Imp's Adventure this time. So, in addition to the normal prizes, you'll get 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, you'll get 10 cornucopias for every loop that you do. What that means is, as a free-to-play player, you can almost always expect the first 5 cornucopias, because all that takes is 140 stars, which is, I think, guaranteed as a free-to-play player. There may be a very small chance for 139, but it's infinitesimal, if at all possible. So all free-to-play players should get an extra 5 dice this time, which means my Imp's Adventure Guide, which I'll link in the description, I highly recommend you check out if you're still confused about the event. The normal 78 free-to-play dice goes up to... the normal 78 dice goes up to 82 dice for a free-to-play player from those 5 extra dice. What that means in practice is the average roll for a free-to-play player is going to be 225. So you're going to be just on the cusp of that material selection chest. So it's not going to be that hard with, barely above average RNG to get this chest, and good RNG to get the light dark or even the puppet chest a bit more often than you used to be able to. That also means it's going to take 1 full loop to get the Flora skin and the Flora copy tier, 2 full loops to get to the artifact selection box and the 10 cores of Transcendence, and 3 full loops to get the 10-star puppet and the 25 cores of Transcendence. Every loop after the third one will not give you any bonus picnic rewards. You still can turn the cornucopias for the 1 to 5 relics. If you are going to spend, I wouldn't recommend pushing past 3 loops this event, although 3 loops this Imps is going to be better than a standard Imp's Adventure event. So, on the same Thanksgiving Feast section, let's talk about the Thanksgiving Turkey. This is an awesome event and is definitely completable as a free-to-play player. So, to get a skin shard package, all you have to do is get 10 4-star heroes and 5 5-star heroes, and you'll get this skin shard package. To get an orange exclusive artifact, you need to complete at least 20 4-star or higher quests and 10 5-star or higher quests. Now these are combined, so this means if you complete 10 5-star quests, you will be at 10 out of 10 here and 10 out of 20 on here. So you only need to complete 20 quests in total during this week to get this orange artifact. To get an elite light hero, you need to get 1 6-star hero from summons. You can't get it from your bag or puppet. And you need to awaken a 9-star hero. So again, this doesn't count as summoning a 9-star puppet. This should be pretty easy. This one will be harder for you very, very early game free-to-play players, but should be very obtainable. Both the race account and the Horus free-to-play account should be able to have already finished these, if I'm not mistaken. Next up, to get an elite dark hero, you have to spend 5,000 gems and 100 million gold. Now this one can be a little harder for the free-to-play players, especially very early game. That said, I do have a trick for this one. If you are unable to reach the 100 million gold, if you have guild tech, say you finished your Horus and you maxed out your warrior guild tech, what you could do is you could reset your guild tech, especially if it's free at first, and get all of the gold spent back, spend the gold on guild tech again, and complete that reward. I've recommended this strategy to at least 2 people, and it did help them out finish out that quest reward. Finally, if you finish all 4 of those, you will get a free Kiss of Ghost. This is a pay-to-win artifact, and honestly, for doing things that you'll probably be doing anyway, it's a great reward. Kiss of Ghost gives attack, armor break, and HP. It's not necessarily the best pay-to-win artifact, but it's Mim's best in slot in PvP. It's great on Garuda in PvP. It's the best in slot for Penny and Aspen Dungeon. It's the best in slot for Delacium for a lot of PvE content, especially Sealant, and so on. And it's not a bad damaging artifact, especially if all you have is stuff like Echo of Death and so on. So I highly recommend you try and finish this. It's definitely worth it. Anytime you can get a pay-to-win artifact as a free-to-player, you want it. So before I cover growth, I just want to slide back over to Imp's Adventure. So spending on Imp's Adventure this time is, like I said, a little bit better than the previous events. So not quite a value analysis, but I want to cover sort of what costs you can expect to finish your loops this time. So free-to-play player going to end up with 78 plus 5 dice, so 83. I misspoke earlier when I said 82. I apologize for that. Expects to get around 225 stars, so right in here. That means to get the Flora and Skin loop, you're going to have to get about 105 dice to get the 300 stars, which is going to run you about $60. So for $60, you get all of these rewards plus the Flora and the Skin. For just the bonus rewards, I would say that's not worth it. As far as the actual Imp's Adventure rewards, you need to do incremental analysis. So if you stop here, is it worth you spending $60 to get a material chest, a light dark chest, and a 9-star chest, and so on? I cover this a little bit in the Imp's Adventure guide linked in the description, but I may release another guide soon showing sort of how to do this incremental analysis. But basically, are these 3 rewards worth $60 to you? And so on. To finish the 2 loops, so this is the Artifact Selection Chest and 10 cores, it's going to run you $270 in addition to the free-to-play dice. Now this is huge. A lot of the times we've been able to spend about $200 to get an Artifact Selection Chest. So we're getting the Artifact Selection Chest and 10 cores, which is another, what is it? It's 15,000 gems for $270. So just the bonus rewards alone are about, sorry, I don't have this quite here, 181 gems per dollar. Now that's just the bonus rewards. That doesn't count all of the Imp's Adventure rewards or even the dice you're going to get. If you plan on spending, I highly recommend trying to drop that 270, knocking out 2 full loops, getting that chest and those cores. Finally, to do that 3 loops, it's going to take about 281 dice on average, which is going to run you $500, so you need to get all 4 of these packs, and then one of each of the other ones, I think, roughly, to get 281 dice efficiently. And that's going to get you the 10-star Puppet and 25 cores. If you were going to whale on Imp's Adventure, it is a nice bonus. Personally, I only plan on spending on my main account, and I'm pushing for 2 loops, if that sort of gives you my insight into it. That said, if you're going to whale on Imp's Adventure anyway, you get a bonus 25 cores of Transcendence and a 10-star Puppet, which is pretty nice. So, not going to go any more into the Imp's Adventure value. I cover that in the guide, which I will link, and maybe a future incremental analysis video. So I do want to cover the Thanksgiving growth before I wrap up. This is very similar to the January and the July growth plan, whereas you get 5 points for every daily quest, up to 10. The sort of bonus you did all your dailies does not count. And once you get each level of points, you'll earn that reward. So 20 points gets you 500 gems, 50 gets you 5 heroic scrolls, and so on, all the way up to the orange artifact, gear, and elite hero. So, you have to activate this. Make sure you click this within the first 7 days, or you won't get any of these rewards. That said, once you activate it, it is open for a full month, and you need to complete 25 out of the 30 days to finish the event. That said, if you miss any daily quests, you'll get this make up points button, whereas you can spend 2 gems for every 1 point you missed to make up the points. Now this means if you miss every single daily, you could spend 2,500 gems and finish this quest out. So it is worth it in the end, even if you have to spend the full 2,500 gems to get all these rewards. Now I want to cover the actual pay-to-win aspect of it, the $30 part to unlock the second half of the growth plan. If you finish all 1,250 points worth of quests, and you spend $30, and you can spend this at any point. If I were to spend this today, I would still get all of these previously completed rewards all the way into the end. You'll get, assuming that you consider Sigmund food, so you get 3 copies of Sigmund and enough food to 9-star him. You get 16 copies of 5-star food, which is worth 6,400 gems. You get 2 copies of 6-star food, which is 4,800 gems. You get 1 skin, which is either 1,800 gems or nothing. You get 1 artifact, which is the Fortress-specific Fearless Barrier of Destiny, so HP, damage reduction in HP, which you could value at 0 gems and still be fine. You get 50 relics, which at my current valuation of 85 gems per relic is 4,250 gems, and you get 10,000 straight-up gems. This means that worst case scenario, so you don't value Sigmund, copies more than regular food, you don't value the skin, and you don't value the artifact, you get 25,450 gems for $30, which is a total of 848.62 gems per dollar. Now that's the worst case scenario. Relics you might value higher, up to 120 is really reasonable. Sigmund you might actually value copies of, so he's worth more than 400 per 5-star. And the skin and the artifact you may actually want. So even the worst case scenario, this is 2 times better than any generic $50 skin value pack. It's one of the best packs you can get in the game. If you are going to spend at all on this event, I highly recommend getting this, even more so than any Imps Adventure packages. So hopefully that covers what you will need as far as loops, spins, and my value analysis. This video ran a little longer than I expected still, but be sure to leave me a comment if any of this confuses you or you want a little more Imps analysis. But that's going to be it for this one. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want that kiss of ghost for yourself. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.